2, 1. We hot. We live. We back. It's Wednesday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Wednesday. And welcome back to the We Shouldn't Have a podcast.
Yes.
My name is Lacy Carmichael.
I'm Jackie Carmichael.
And here we are on Wednesday.
Come have coffee with us.
Yes, we have Starbucks again today.
Instead of cheers in the microphones, let's do that. Perfect. I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
Jackie's been coaching me up on my intro skills. He feels like that's an area he's very gifted in, and he's been really bringing it the last 2.5 weeks, and he just kind of gave me like a talking to yesterday and just kind of explained that I need to bring more of an oomph to the beginning of the show. So I would like to apologize to any of you that have been listening to us the last 2.5 weeks. I'm sorry if I've let you down also.
Just hook our audience, you know? Give them the hook. Make them want to stick around, you know?
For sure. I think they're definitely hooked after that coffee cheers.
An exhilarating coffee cheers.
They didn't get to see because this is an audio only.
Gotta throw on YouTube.
I guess. Hey, YouTube. I love YouTube.
I do too.
Seriously, like, I'm absolutely the YouTube generation. 100%. Like, you don't see me scrolling on Netflix trying to find, like, what do you see me watch almost all day long? YouTube
24/7.
Wow. I really, like, set that up so good. That was such a good alley-oop. What do I watch every day?
I never even thought about it until, because I used to be on YouTube back in high school, and this is when they were they would let you post like copyrighted stuff, so people were posting like MTV episodes and everything.
They let you, or people just were still doing it illegally?
I don't think at that point they didn't really have like a terms and service. It was like somebody had coded the website, and you could just upload videos. Like, people were eventually able, like when Google first bought it, you could just get on to the website, upload, and just start making money. Now you can't do that anymore. But YouTube. It's a search engine for videos.
Yeah. And when I say YouTube, like, I don't just mean the application as a whole. I mean, like, the content that I particularly watch on YouTube, which is vloggers and just personalities, YouTube personalities specifically, like not stars on YouTube, but people that built their audience via YouTube.
Really good content.
Yeah, like there's probably 10 would be a stretch. I'd say more like 5 core people that I watch on a regular basis as if it was a show on Bravo. Like, I wait for the episodes like 2-3 times a week, and that's the other thing. They're beating out shows on TV because and Netflix, because Netflix, you know, might drop them all at once, but then they're done. It's like they are pumping out content for us multiple days a week, and I'm just like,
and they can do it year round.
They are some of the hardest working people.
Yeah. Please
quote me on that.
Yeah.
YouTubers are some of the hardest working people I think I've ever seen. And people might think that's a joke. I'm telling you, if like you are given the task of bringing a camera around your life 24/7, think about every moment, right? Think about in your home, at like whatever, running errands, Zoom, whatever. I've done it before. It can be awkward. It can be uncomfortable. You can realize, oh my gosh, I just did this whole thing and I didn't film it. Like, so not only that part, letting everyone in and making sure that you're like actually filming things well, okay? Like, not just throwing it up. It's like, it needs, people are going to comment about, oh, the wind's hitting the mic, girl. It's unstable. Like, okay, that. And then you get home, okay? Then you have to fight technology of uploading hours worth of footage, combing through it, editing it down to where it's a digestible, you know, episode. But still, they're putting out like 45-minute to an hour episodes a lot of times. Some people are less, some people are around the 20-minute mark, but like, that's a lot of work. Then exporting and uploading is a whole task in itself.
Yeah.
Like, I do the uploading to YouTube every day for this, and it takes me 2 hours every single day.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, editing your, let's say podcast, but editing videos now has become probably like very easy. And I just saw something, Adobe has a AI software that if you're shooting with multiple camera angles, it will take all 3 cameras. You can lay them like how you would edit it and how you would go through and cut it. It will go through and it will take each thing and match it to the voice, and then it will switch the camera angles for you.
Stop it.
Yeah. And it takes probably like 30 minutes.
Well, maybe one day when we're in our future studio, we'll be able to call on AI for that.
Yeah, but it's
super cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, because obviously we use part AI on this show to somewhat edit the podcast and take some people I think that are on the outside of not doing podcasts, people that do podcasts probably know that you have to take 2 audio files and merge them together. So that's a whole other task, and then you have to match it to the video.
Yeah,
you can't just take the audio and just throw it over the video, otherwise it won't work.
No.
So it's a whole thing.
And I'm our video editor, but the editing these videos compared to like an actual like vlog or compilation video, this is a walk in the park. Okay, like it's just, I just commend them. Yeah, really, truly.
I've learned so much from even just watching the YouTube videos that you show me. And I'm just like, that is, I mean, and granted, some of these people now have teams of people that, I mean, they're just sending that stuff in, but still they have to they're still the producer, the editor, and as far as overseeing everything. Yeah.
And if they didn't come from money, then like they had to work to get to a point to be able to afford to hire someone to do that. So they were doing it at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm just,
that's why I don't say the celebrities that then chose to come onto YouTube and make a YouTube channel and they have 20 people producing their videos. Like that's, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that like built it from the ground up. It's hard work.
Any favorite YouTubers you want to shout out?
The fact that you just saying that brings a smile to my face. Like these people really bring a smile to my face. I know they do.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to,
this one is so weird and random. Like I feel like people would not expect me to sit and watch this person.
Really? Well, let's see.
Lydia Millen.
That's funny. I knew it was gonna be your first one.
She's one of my favorites, and honestly, like I don't have a favorite. Like I bounce. It depends on the season of life I'm in, of who I'm like vibing with more. But like her whole life is so different from mine, so it doesn't make any sense. But there's just something about her. She doesn't edit herself down. Like people could find her boring. You know what I mean? Like in the sense that she'll just stand there and talk for 20 minutes.
And she'll like preface that before she goes into it. I mean, I've seen enough. She'll preface a little bit, but it's just like,
and she's
being herself.
Yeah, she's just being herself, and she stays the course. I really appreciate that about her. Like just turning her video on while I clean the house, while I cook, while I get ready. When I just want to like zone out, to be honest, like makes me feel better. Even if she's talking about something completely unrelated to my life, like she's very girly. She does her hair and makeup every day. She wears everything designer.
She goes to Soho Farmhouse every Saturday or Sunday.
Like I'm in my husband's eBay t-shirt and leggings, and I haven't washed my hair.
I didn't get leggings off eBay. Those are her leggings.
Oh, you're talking about the t-shirt. And I haven't done my hair in weeks. Like I didn't even bring a blow dryer, straightener, curling iron to Turkey. That was 7 months ago. So like I couldn't be further from that aesthetic in life, but I just appreciate her and I just enjoy her. But then beyond that, like Janni, well, I guess it's Delaire, but and then Yoon, Olsen, they were married. They're not anymore, but they're Swedish and they have channels, and I've always watched them. And then like,
I need to actually watch his channel because that man built a whole super yacht.
I know.
Like,
and then same with like Christian Guzman and Heidi Summers and all of those people. Like they've built insane businesses outside of YouTube while still maintaining YouTube. And yes, granted, they do hire people now to like film their videos and do all of that, but just being on, like just showing up and like narrating a video.
I mean they're shooting a reality television show 24/7 more or less. Like even the was the Christian Guzman guy, was that Buff Bunny and
Which when Buff Bunny sent me PR, I was so excited because I've been watching them since I was like 17.
What's his
10 years ago.
What's his the facility in Texas?
Alpha Land.
Alpha Land. That's what it was. I was trying to...
And you know, people like to hate on people like this and whatever, and you know what I'm saying, just kind of not give them the credit they deserve. And
he'll hit him with the, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, you're YouTube. But yeah,
it's like they I'm clearly passionate about this. Like, that is so cool. No one has ever done what he did. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that big corporations and stuff will try to copy it and redo whatever, but like he had a vision, he had a dream, and he went for it, and they inspire me. That's inspiring to me.
No, I think too is, to your point though, is that even if they wanted to, I think, copy him, I don't know if it's possible, in the sense that he's attached a personality to a company. Yeah, companies have to go out and hire talent to then attach their company, and they can say, no, I don't want to do that, or the percentage doesn't look right, whatever it is. Right. Like, the fact that they've been able to create it and have 100% ownership, I think is the beautiful side of YouTube.
Which I'm sure they have more investors, but
but I'm also sure that's why YouTube is probably gonna, I mean, traditional television is gonna go away at some point. I mean, it'll all move to streaming, you know. Like, you don't see payphones anymore. People won't, like, I'm sure, like, in the next 10 years, DirecTV will be bankrupt. You won't have DirecTV.
Yeah, like, my TV subscription is already YouTube TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, like, they're buying everything. So it's like, you know, I think that's eventually going to happen. You're going to have the creators move to the platform, and then so on and so forth. You'll be able to schedule when you want. Oh, my gosh.
Bro, the noises in this place.
I was gonna say, there was a party going on last night, was there not? I was out of it, but you heard it and woke me up for 5 minutes of it so I could enjoy it.
I was so not frustrated. I'm definitely struggling with, we've talked about this, like, residual trauma from the earthquake. PTSD. And so every night I get woken up, whether from nightmare or what I think I hear or feel, and I jump out of bed, like, involuntarily. This isn't like, I'm not conscious until I'm standing up and I realize that I'm out of bed.
You weren't conscious last night when you stood up?
I said once I get up and I'm like looking out the window and I'm like, I'm then kind of waking up, but I literally go from asleep to ripping the covers off to being up. Why do I feel like you're looking at me like you don't believe me? Why would I lie about that?
I know. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying, I didn't know that to what extent.
I'm not, like, laying in bed awake and then jumping up. Like, I'm asleep.
That's what I thought. I didn't know that. I'm just now learning that
you're always asleep. So you would never know. Jackie literally could go to sleep in the middle of anything. So anyway, I'm... like, we'll be asleep and then I'll feel like something's moving, or I'll feel like something just happened, and then I'll jump up and I immediately do the same thing every time, and that's what I'm saying. It's very involuntary, and I go and I rip one side of the curtain open and I look, and then I look up at the light and see if things are moving, whatever. Well, last night I did it, but I realized once I got up, it was the sounds that must have woken me up, or like made me think something was happening. I literally thought we were under attack. I'm not kidding. I thought that it was like a helicopter blaring some, like, music. It sounded like Turkish music, but it obviously was a language I couldn't understand. But it also had all these weird noises in it. Like, it sounded like a spaceship was taking off. Like, it sounded literally like a helicopter was right over our apartment.
I'll tell you what it sounded like. It sounded like whatchamacallit, it sounded like David Guetta literally just meow 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 meow.
Literally for like 30 something minutes on and off. Like, it would go out for a couple, like a minute or two, and then it would come back. I still don't know what it was. I was texting Bailey because you were asleep. I didn't wake you up for the first 10 minutes of it. Okay.
I mean, it was somebody playing music on their porch. That's definitely what it was.
I don't think that I'm with that theory, but
what do you think it was? It was the techno helicopter flying around?
I don't know what it was, but like it didn't sound like it was coming from an apartment next to us. I do know that. I listened to it far more than you.
So
you were half asleep.
So what do you think? So give us your...
I think it was something on the ground, like someone blaring music in a vehicle or something.
Dang.
I don't know what else it could be.
They got the best speakers in Istanbul.
I guess. But so the prayers are played 5 times a day?
Yeah.
And so I'm used to hearing faint music in a language that I can't understand. And I know it's the prayers, but it's a very like peaceful, like singing, right? This was not peaceful. Not peaceful at all. So I knew, I was like,
so when did it stop?
Yeah, I'm like, is the mosque doing like a rap version tonight? Like I didn't know what was going on. Oh. But yeah.
I mean,
so
that, yeah, I don't know what that possibly could have been, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
I did fall back asleep and I woke up and I realized I was like in the same position and I had slept pretty great. So I feel good today.
Good. I was in bed at 7:30.
You were?
I had a headache. I set my alarm clock for 8:55 to wake back up.
Yeah.
And I did not wake back up. Well, I technically did. Rolled over.
I knew you weren't going to. And honestly, I had to have one of those like moments. We're really trying to mature over here in our life and in our marriage. We both have a lot of maturing to do. And I was trying when you said, I'm going to go lay down for just a minute and I'll be back. I like really wanted to be like, you're not going to wake back up. I'm not going to see you till tomorrow. Like, hang out with me. But I didn't. I'm like, and that's on maturing.
Appreciate that.
I was like, yes, go have your sleep.
Thank you. And you want to know what? I slept great. I got 9 hours. And you know what? Now I'm ready to go. Because you said this morning, you're like, I feel like you've just been burning the candle at both ends.
And that's on maturity.
Thank you, Shorty.
And that's on love.
Thank you, Shorty.
Loving you more than myself.
I appreciate that.
But it is so hard because we literally only have each other, right? Like I can't call like one of my best friends from home and be like, oh, well, let's go like grab dinner or let's like hang out or can I come over? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm not hanging out with you, which the wives on this team are amazing, but they also have their husbands, you know? And so when the guys aren't practicing, they want to see their husbands as well or boyfriends. Exactly. And so I don't expect them to like come hang out with me when their husband's awake. You know what I mean? So anyways, when you are doing something else outside of practice or I'm doing something else, we're doing whatever, separate things, you're sleeping, whatever, it feels really big. Like it feels like a big deal because like I said, we only have each other to entertain each other.
Yeah, we do only have each other. Not for long, no, not for long.
Do you feel
we going home?
Do you feel like though that this has helped or hurt the first year of our marriage?
I think it's helped.
Yeah.
I think it's helped. I think I've learned a lot about myself in our first year of marriage because it like.
What about me? Have you learned about me anything?
Well, that's
I'm just kidding.
I just texted a former teammate of mine yesterday, and I had just asked him like, hey, because he had got married. Literally, we were on a team. We didn't play together for some years, and then he got married this past year, like shortly after we did, I think, or maybe a little bit before we did. I can't remember. Anyways, but we were just saying to him like, the first year of marriage is very different, but you know, it's one of those things where it's such a good positive thing, but it's gonna test you. And I was just like, I've learned that, you know, having put God at the front of all of that can cushion a lot of like the blows when you're dealing with certain things that come in that you're just like, you know, they're just a part of it. So I feel like we're only going to go up from here. Like we're only gonna get better, and I think that's what it's all about. So I've really enjoyed it just being us. I really enjoyed it just being us two and being able to hang out and play board games, and because I feel like when we're back too is we sometimes like can get so busy and wanting to just do every single thing while we're back, and sometimes that too can adversely be like, okay, well, we feel like we have to go here tonight, and we don't just get to spend time with us too. So I think that it's been really, really good. So
yeah.
I've enjoyed it. How do you feel?
I feel like, I've always heard people say moving away from family and friends really forces you to just rely on each other, and it leaves you with no other option, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've experienced that, and they say it's like an amazing thing, and I would agree, it's been amazing. We've had really hard days of just, we're two of the most stubborn people ever, and we've needed to grow in areas in order to be like the best spouse to each other. And so for some people, they might get that in a day. For us, we like to take a little longer and make sure that we want to, grow. Yeah. So anyways, but it's just forced me to like have to sit in it, and stay, and not like even being on a different time difference, even being in a situation where we're on a different time zone.
Yeah.
No, what? In a different time zone. Oh my goodness.
It's early.
Like
good.
if something happens, like I can't just call like anyone I want. Like they're asleep, they're at work, you know what I mean? Like it's been like, no, like I've had to become, I guess, more wise in that stuff, and not like, I don't know, just learn how to like handle things with each other.
Yeah, 100%.
And not just like go cry about it. Not literally cry, but like whine about it.
Yeah.
So again, that's on maturity and that's on growth. We're learning about those two things.
Yeah, we are.
But I'm really proud of us, and I do think turkey's helped.
I would too.
I feel like there's just been a lot of like spiritual stuff that's happened too while being here regarding our marriage, our faith, like everything.
Yeah.
He's just so funny, that guy, that God.
What else you got for us?
I knew what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, wait, I actually do have some news that I think you'll be excited and excited and interested by. So E! News reported last night at 11 p.m.
Oh man, a late one. A late breaking news.
The fate of Vanderpump Rules and more Bravo series revealed. So guess what?
What?
E! News announced that they have renewed over a dozen of its hit series, including Vanderpump Rules, for another season next year.
They had to do that. That's a no-brainer.
So they're also renewing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the Real Housewives of Potomac, the Real Housewives of Dubai, that's coming back, Below Deck Mediterranean, Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality, Married to Medicine, Watch What Happens Live, and Winter House. And then a 6th season of The Real Housewives of Miami, whose last 2 seasons aired on Peacock, but is now making the move to Bravo.
Ooh.
But
Bravo.
Did you hear what isn't?
Summer House.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, but they're doing Winter House, so does that mean that, like, because they would do... What?
Oh my gosh. This is in the article too. Bravo's sister network E! will be launching House of Villains. The show will bring 10 of reality TV's most iconic villains under one roof as they try to outsmart, outmanipulate, and outscheme each other through a series of challenges in order to win a cash prize.
Oh, Lord. Who are they going to be able to pull in for that? Well, I'll tell you what, if...
Giselle.
I was say, Giselle would be great at that. But if Tom Sandoval doesn't get back on Vanderpump,
him and Raquel will be on that.
Oh my gosh.
No question.
That's a good thought, yeah.
No question. But
unless they won't accept being called a villain. Like, I feel like there's reality TV stars that like openly know and kind of encourage the villain, title because they know that's their role, sort of say, on the show.
So who would you say?
Like a Giselle. Like, I think Giselle wouldn't care. Like, I think she knows she stirs the pot. She knows that she will pretty much do whatever the producers say. Like,
But I don't think she wants to be labeled as a villain. She wants to be justified and everything. She tried to hunt down a Casa Azul bottle in Thailand.
But here's the thing. Villains on TV shows,
You okay?
yeah, are okay with being villains because they want to be famous and they want to be on a show.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to turn down a show.
I don't know. I'll be curious to see about that. I'll be honest.
I will too.
We'll definitely be watching. Winter House, though, I wonder if they're doing that to then see who they can then funnel into Summer House.
I think Summer House is going to be done, so. Paige DeZorbo even said that on a podcast just recently where she was
Did
like...
she really?
She didn't say that specifically, but something to the effect of like, where do we go from here kind of thing, you know? Think about it. Like, everyone's phasing out. They would have to have a brand new cast. And I think Winter House, I don't know. Like, I'm just curious. They're all literally like 40.
Yeah. I mean, they are in there. They are getting up there for, like, they're ready to start their lives and stuff. Like, you can't be, like, Amanda's trying to have a kid and Lindsay and Carl getting married. I feel like we're at that breaking point of, like, where Jersey Shore.
Yep.
Now we're at Jersey Shore family vacation.
Exactly. But
that's where we're at.
I finally looked up what days our shows come out because it hasn't pertained to us like the last 7 months because we can't watch them live.
Yeah.
And we have to wait until they're uploaded, you know, the way that we can watch them.
Exactly.
And so I just realized that Summer House comes out on Mondays. Mondays. And Vanderpump comes out on Wednesdays. So today will be the new episode of Vanderpump Rules, which is exciting. But we did watch Summer House yesterday. Right? No.
Yeah.
Day before yesterday.
No,
we watched it Monday. We just didn't talk about it. No, we watched it yesterday. So we watched Summer House yesterday, and I'm just, like, beyond. I know I keep saying that. That's the only word I can find.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the episode, spoiler alert, I'm about to talk about it. Oh, my gosh. This was the episode where Lindsay and Carl get engaged, and they go back to meet all the family and friends to celebrate the engagement.
Yeah, at the restaurant. Yep.
So Kyle tells everyone in the house, hey, this is what's happening. It's happening right now. We're going to go to a Dockers. We're going to meet up with the family and all the friends, hang out. From the second those words left his mouth, Danielle broke out into a emotional fit.
Yes.
And started basically cursing them and saying all these horrible things about them, like just acting out, and then proceeds to go to the party acting out.
Well, she said she wasn't gonna go. Well, no, she was gonna go, but she wasn't gonna have any interaction with them. And it's like, shorty, it's their engagement party. Yeah, so, it's about them.
Yes. So if you don't know Summer House, or like if you do, I don't know. If you don't, I guess this is for you. If
you care, you don't care, yeah.
No, well, Danielle and Lindsay have been best friends for probably over a decade, maybe more than that, decade and a half, and have been through all these ups and downs together, all these boyfriends, so on and so forth. And Danielle used to date Lindsay's now fiance, Carl, for like 5 seconds, maybe 2 months, like years and years and years ago. Then Carl and Lindsay dated for a second, broke up for a while, and then are back together, right? But the three of them were always best friends, like best friends. Yeah. Even though they both dated him, they were best friends with him. And now Carl and Lindsay at this point have been together for a year, and Danielle is like, has resisted the whole relationship the entire time. She's angry, visibly angry about the situation, going around talking poorly about the situation, telling people they're crazy, they're nuts for doing this, they're moving too fast, they got an apartment together, whatever. They're 35 years old. We've talked about this. I'm like, they're allowed. So in this moment when she finds out the engagement's happening, her initial reaction was, why would Carl not have told me I'm her best friend and I'm never speaking to them again? That's my final straw.
Mm-hmm.
What's your, like, first thought of, like, well, what would be your defense if you were Carl?
That you guys haven't had a friendship this entire summer and have been at odds. We just recently had a conversation that you thought that this relationship was moving too fast, and you didn't agree with it. So it's like, if you don't agree with it, why would I clue you in on what's going on? And granted, to his defense as well, not to his defense, he didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't include any of the girls.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if he had told any of them, the information would have leaked. It wouldn't have been a surprise anymore. So he did the right thing in that. And it was like, Shorty, I never once, like, you never once agreed with this thing. So why would I want you to be a part of it? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And it's like, why would you want to be a part of it?
Yeah.
Just so, I mean, because you wouldn't have been happy because you told me your true thoughts on it. And that's what I thought you should have said to the boyfriend last night. Like, she came to me and wanted to have the conversation and said that she thought we were moving too fast and was screaming into pillows, was stomping off, saying she was going to punch the door. That's all, gives me all the clues right there to be like, at what point, there's nothing positive that's coming from this.
Because what could have happened? He could have told her it was happening, and she could have run to Lindsay and been like, "You can't get engaged."
100%. She would have tried
to stop it.
She would have tried to thwart the entire plan. No question.
I agree.
No question. She would have tried to blow everything up.
I agree with everything you said. And then she proceeds to go to Dockers and go around the party and tell everyone she just found out an hour ago and asking them when they found out.
And she's pissed.
And they're
That's
like,
what she said.
"Oh, we found out through Carl like a day ago so that we could get here. We could arrange travel." Like, people had to fly in for this. And so they learned of it like a couple days prior. She's like, "Oh, I just found out an hour ago. It's just crazy, whatever." And one of Lindsay's friends literally was like, "Bro, you've got to stop. You're making this about you. And this is Lindsay's best day of her life. You've got to stop." And then whatever, Lindsay and Carl get there, they're so happy, it's so on and so forth. Like, even the other girls in the house were really bothering me because they were still just being mean girl vibes. Like,
yeah. Well, this is what happened. They would console Danielle.
Yes.
They saw how Kyle, I can't remember other buddy's name, the girl and Corey all acted, and they were all like, they were just like, okay, we're not, just stand still, don't move. Like, we are happy for her, but we see how the situation is going and we're not trying to cause a bigger issue. And then they just kind of separated themselves. The girls stayed in the middle, consoled her, but then when they got to the party, were like, didn't want to embarrass anybody. So they're just like, yeah, she really just needs to, like, not, like, she just really needs to just kind of keep that all locked away.
Yeah.
And like Danielle, even if she felt a type of way, she should have, like, she made herself look more stupid by going there and acting out. If she just would have went there, been happy, and then after the fact, but it's just like she looks really, really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
And those are the things, going back to the maturity and the growth, I don't want to be doing when I'm 35 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grace for everybody, but that was hard to watch.
And then she, the kicker of it all was that she gets her boyfriend involved, which we all know she wants that guy to propose to her.
Yeah.
And he's a chef in New York. He's busy. He's this, that, the third. He's never really there. So she's resentful to him and the situation about that.
Yeah.
And she resents the Carl and Lizzie situation even more. But she gets him to then go approach Carl about something that he hasn't even been there, and he only had one side of the story.
Yep.
And it's
and like, I can understand Danielle's feelings, like her two best friends getting married, and she's starting to feel left out. She's starting to feel like, all of those are valid. It's the way that she's tried to express her feelings by attacking them and basically not expressing her feelings clearly at all. Like, if she went to them and was like, "Y'all, I'm having such a hard time because I feel like I'm losing both of y'all. This summer's been really hard on me. Like, me and Rob are, barely seeing each other. It's not progressing in the way that I want to go. Please, like, just give me a little grace. I need to be loved on a little bit this summer.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot of change for me, and I'm struggling." She, like,
that would have probably
I don't
been
know
received.
if she's even capable of, like, understanding that that's what's going on right now, and maybe it's not, but that's what I'm taking from it. I think that like, I think Lindsay and Carl are in such a healthy place that they would have understood.
Yeah, when you're in a healthy place, you bother people that aren't in a healthy place.
Yes.
That's what it is. Like, you being in a healthy place, in a good spot, and being able to sit there and, like I said, we've watched, 5? You've watched a lot more than me, but I've said there's, 8, 9 seasons? So the 5 seasons I've watched, like, they haven't been in good place with each other. Carl struggled with alcoholism. Lindsay's struggled with her anger, things, whatever. And alcoholism. So now that they've been able to come together, get sober first, and then now be in a healthy spot, everyone doesn't like that because it's not the norm. Because the norm was them both being chaotic. Because then it challenges
them to grow.
Exactly.
And they weren't ready to do so.
Exactly. And I think that's the bigger issue. And it's like, I wish that, like, they could say that or address that, because that, and maybe they will, but it's just like, that's the overlying,
I agree,
the underlying issue that I don't think nobody has said it yet. So
anyways, that was our takeaway from watching it yesterday. We have a week to go before a new one. If there is a new one next week, I don't know. Maybe they're skipping. I can't keep up.
No, I think, no, because surely no.
But very excited for Vanderpump Rules tonight.
Did we talk about the glamping trip and everything yesterday?
No,
I can't remember.
we didn't.
About Raquel and all of that. Wow, did we?
Did we? Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We did. We talked about it Monday.
Yeah. You're right.
But maybe we'll be able to watch before we record tomorrow. We'll see if it's up.
Yeah.
For us to be able to recap Vanderpump.
What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Do you know what day you're leaving us this week?
I don't know. I hope it's not tomorrow, but because I think the game's Sunday, so put Friday.
I think the game's Saturday.
The game's Saturday? So maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure.
OMG.
Maybe tomorrow.
I guess, I mean, maybe we'll figure out how to do it over Zoom or something, or am I just doing another solo podcast? If you keep letting me do solo podcasts, the people are going to demand for you to be fired immediately.
I don't know about all that.
Indefinitely.
The only thing is, the audio quality won't be as great, but because you can run yours through the computer and have the whole thing. I can
you can bring a mic,
but I won't be able to plug it in. That's the only thing, because that's the anyways, we can talk about this off camera.
Whatever, we'll see what days Jack's gonna be gone. I might just be doing a solo one. Ooh, someone sent me on Instagram that they want us to do a How Well We Know Each Other podcast. So
that'd be fun to do next week.
Yeah,
let's plan for that next week for sure.
I love it.
Yeah,
well, I think that's it for us today, huh?
Yeah, I think so. It was a good episode.
Thanks, you too.
You did a great job.
Thanks. I'm curious what y'all are thinking about the thumbnails and whatnot.
Yeah, let's hear what y'all
Jackie made one yesterday and I vetoed it. He put a miniature alien on his shoulder.
It wasn't on my shoulder, it was floating.
I liked the alien the best.
I took little bits and pieces of what we had talked about and threw them in there, but like I said, this is fun. Remember, we're experimenting.
That's actually what I want to end on.
Yes.
I was journaling this morning and thinking a lot yesterday. Like, I just have felt like my heart hasn't been in the place of gratitude as it should be, and I'm choosing that today. And I want to rediscipline myself in that sense, because
I love that.
I feel like when I'm just grateful for anything, like to do this with you, to be your wife, to be in Turkey, to, have freedom in so many ways, and just to be healthy and have amazing families, like all this stuff, just gratitude, then everything else just feels so minute. And everything else just like, I don't know, like I just want to bask in that. And it's just, that's where I'm at today.
It's crazy you say that.
Just
actually
grateful.
I love that. It's crazy you say that, actually, because my devotional today was talking about like pretty much what we're running towards, and it's like it's by Herm Edwards. So he was the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers of the Indianapolis Colts. He won a Super Bowl with the Indianapolis Colts. Anyways, he very spiritual, and he made a devotional, so it's kind of like sports based.
Yeah.
And he talks about, as an athlete, you're always running towards like trying to get the reward.
Yeah.
And I find myself doing that a lot, because that's how my brain has been trained from a young age. Like, just, you gotta run as fast as you possibly can, because if you're the first one, you get the reward. And he flips it today, and he was talking about how when you're running with God, you're running for the external or the internal reward, not the external. And so he just talks about how it's important to remember that, because when you're running that race, it's not about how fast you get there. It's about what you're doing in order to get there that then fulfills you in that way, if that makes
No, for sure.
sense. So
yeah, mine was about tithing, but it talked about how like there's so many rich people that don't have the blessing of God because they're going after money rather than God. And like that when we surrender to God's like way and what he's instructed us to do and whatever, like then you can have money, peace, like security, protection, or whatever. And I don't mean money as in like you're a millionaire, but like he provides for you. You know what I mean? Whether, I'm not saying like he deposits $100 in your account, which maybe he does, but if it's not that, it's opportunity. It's like, you know what I mean? And your bank account's blessed, you're protected, you're peaceful, you're like fulfilled, all those things. And it's turning to him rather than your own like striving for your own success, your own money, your own, I don't know, whatever.
Mine was 1 Corinthians 9:14 or 9:47. I can't remember. It was 1 Corinthians 9. That whole
shebang.
That whole I'm not gonna say shabangalang. That's the whole thing.
Honestly though, like this is horrible. My devotional last couple of days, I was like, I don't even know how to pronounce these books of the Bible. I don't think that if someone asked me if they were books that I would have known. Like, I really need to memorize the books of the Bible.
I used to know them in Sunday school, or they used to teach us the song.
You know, the New Testament was really just driven home for me. The Old Testament like gets wonky in my brain. There's so many, but yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
I'm really grateful for you, seriously.
Yeah, same. I'm really grateful for you.
How grateful?
So grateful. More grateful than you are for me. Competition.
I love you.
I love you too, baby.
This was fun. Thank you for going to this coffee.
Of course.
And thank you guys for listening, watching. Like, subscribe, follow us. Oh, I made our TikTok last night while you were asleep.
Nice. See, you get things accomplished when I'm asleep.
Yes. So you can go follow us on TikTok and Instagram under WSHAP Podcast. So WSHAP Podcast. And I just keep you updated with our new episodes every single day, or I guess 5 days a week. And then, yeah. Make sure same YouTube is
comment, like, subscribe,
thing.
Thumbs up. Help us on the algorithm.
Yeah. But thank you guys for listening. We love you, and happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Happy Vanderpump Rules Day. I wish you all the best as we go through this journey together, and we will see y'all and talk to y'all tomorrow.
Yes, talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.